They do listen. We got a trading feature update, an official update from the Pokemon Pocket developers here, and I just woke up to it. You can probably tell by my hair, my face. I have not been cautious for that long, but I do want to talk about this really quickly. Today's gameplay video will go up anyways. This is just kind of like a half a video, really. But it's really important news, and I think it sets a very positive precedent for the future of Pokemon Pocket as a whole. So I'm going to try to explain myself without rambling too much. You know, this is when I don't script things, I tend to ramble, but I'm gonna keep it straight to the point. Surely. So today we'd like to introduce the following updates to trading that will be implemented by the end of autumn 2025. With these changes, we hope that trading cards between players will be more accessible and enjoyable. We're going to talk about the date in a bit. Removal of trade tokens. Trade tokens will be completely removed and players will no longer need to exchange cards to obtain the currency required for trading. Very neat. Instead, trading cards of 3 diamond, 4 diamond, and 1-star rarity will now require shine dust, which is what I thought was going to be from the beginning. I was actually very surprised because I did defend the trading system at first. You know, when they announced, they made the first announcement, there was already backlash from people because of the limitation for rarities. And I think this was just people who had, you know, because player bases are a spectrum, right? Most people fall into the reasonable line, but there's a lot of individuals. And I do think that a decent chunk of the community had really high expectations for what is essentially digital trading. Digital card trading and physical card trading are two very different things. Like in real life, I cannot spawn a copy of myself and have that person receive free money for existing and then take their stuff and kill them. It's a bit of a hardcore analogy, but I think, you know, you get what I'm trying to say here. You can't do that in real life. You can in a digital life. You can make bot accounts. You can make an account to trade with yourself with the free currency that you get from making an account. All these, there's many different ways people can abuse a system like this, which is why we've seen digital trading card games not really implement trading. I don't know if I said digital trading card games. I mean digital card games. Most digital card games are not trading card games, but Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket has trading in its name. So the fact that it has trading in its name implies that you can trade cards, and therefore that did create expectations in people. But some people, the expectations, like I said, were a little bit too high. But I was not expecting them to come up with like a brand new currency that was going to be difficult to obtain. And that definitely changed my opinion as well. I fell into the, you know, the pitchfork folk, as, you know, you should, because as we can see here, the community's outrage was justified and they have, you know, adjusted to it. Currently, shine dust is also required to obtain flare. So we're looking into increasing the amount of offered since it will also be needed for trading. Very good. Altogether, this change should allow you to trade more cards than you could before this update. How much? We'll see, because we don't know how much shine dust trading is going to cost. Like, we still don't have that reference. But shine dust is significantly easier to obtain than trading tokens. I have a lot of shine dust, and we're also going to talk about that in a moment. Trade tokens you currently own can be converted to shine dust when the item is removed from the game. So all the trade tokens that you have spared will be converted into that, which is also very nice to know. There are no changes in how 1 diamond and 2 diamond rarity cards are traded. Additional updates in development. A feature will be added that allows you to share cards you're interested in trading to or for via the in-game trading function. This should have been implemented from the get-go. Like, I would have to go, I don't need to be required to have to English. It's very early for me, I'm sorry. It should not be required of me to have to go to Discord or XDMs or whatever and contact Timmy and be like, Timmy, I want this card. Like, I should have the ability to ask for a specific card within the game itself. And the fact that they didn't implement this from the beginning is a bit of a miss, but they are correcting that, which is very nice to hear. We hope that these changes will make trading cards more accessible and allow more players to enjoy making trades in the Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. Makes sense. In addition to the changes above, we're also looking into how to accommodate cards that are currently unavailable for trades, such as promo cards and 2-star rarity cards. This includes the animated or the full art I call them anime, but the full art trainer cards, which are actually really hard to get, even if you invest a lot of money into the game. So being able to trade them potentially in the future is a big deal. Keep an eye out for more information about this topic in the future. This means that they're currently discussing how to approach it, because again, these things can be abused, so they need to approach it in a sensible manner, and that is reasonable. But we're gonna take the soon TM from this. You know, be excited about it, because I would like to be able to get all the full art trainer cards easier, and that's exciting to hear. But you know, I'm not gonna talk about more about that until we have more information. All right, so this is overall very positive, even though certain aspects of this announcement can be interpreted in a negative way, which is a natural reaction, really. But I want to explain why, specifically the date of the release of this update. It seems very far from now, and the first impression one can easily get is that they're being greedy. You know, the devs are just like, yeah, you know, like we want you to, you know, they're just putting their hands like this. They're like, oh, we want you to spend all of your currency, all of your money, trade all the cards, and then, you know, then we'll make it fair. But that's not actually the case. This is the fair, correct way to do it. Why? Why wait so long for this to be implemented? To not punish players who are playing the game as intended. I don't exactly play the game as intended, because I don't use Shine Dust. I don't really flare cards. The reason why is because I don't think the flare aspect is that exciting to begin with. Like, I'm not super impressed by the animations, and it's more of a nuisance for me. I don't know if this is just me, but I find it a little bit annoying how when you're building a deck and you have the flare cards, they have like these symbols on them, because that just compels me. Like, it affects my OCD to have only a few cards with those symbols in the deck builder. So I either flare every single card ever, or I just don't. And I clearly don't. So because I don't spend the Shine Dust that is given to me, I have hoarded this currency like crazy. I think I'm closing in on 1 million or something. It's insane. I have so much Shine Dust. But other players, let's call him Jimmy. Jimmy actually plays the game as intended, and Jimmy flares his cards. Jimmy spends his Shine Dust. So Jimmy is playing the game as intended, which is what I mean. And Jimmy would get punished if this would be implemented effective immediately, because Jimmy has spent a lot of Shine Dust. I haven't. Therefore, I have a lot more Shine Dust than Jimmy, and I can use that Shine Dust to trade more cards than Jimmy can. So I would be rewarded for my lack of action, my inactivity in this aspect of the game, and Jimmy would be punished for it. That's not fair. That would feel super, super bad for Jimmy. We don't want Jimmy to feel bad. So giving players time for like the end of autumn 2025 to build up the Shine Dust currency that they have so that they can use it for trading is essential in order for this to be implemented fairly. Okay, this is why they're going to take so long to implement this trading feature. It's not really greed, it's consideration. And it's not easy to reach that conclusion, right? Because, you know, gotcha games, development companies, like it's always easy to just automatically reach the conclusion that they're just being greedy. They just want to suck all the money out of you and then make the system fair. But in this case, that's not what's happening. And I think it's important to clarify that. You know, we want the system to be fair, and we don't want to punish people who have been spending their Shine Dust flaring cards and rewards those who haven't. So I think this is actually very much appropriate. The trade tokens will be converted into Shine Dust, so you don't have to worry about that aspect. And all in all, this is, you know, obviously we can't say with 100% certainty because we do not know how much Shine Dust is going to cost to trade. But as long as the price is not something like utterly ridiculous, this will be a significant upgrade towards the trading aspect of the game, which is gonna benefit the player base as a whole. And all in all, it just shows that they listen to the community. They factor in what people have to say. They may not listen to my 47,000 Misty rants, but we are getting ranked by the end of the month. So this announcement paired with the ranked announcement, given how I was guilty of being very pessimistic about that, because I did factor in for some time that I thought that they just didn't really care as much about the player versus player aspect of the game. You know what they say about Pokemon Pocket? There's two different kinds of players. Those who just focus purely on collecting cards, it's just a collecting game for them. And those of us sweaty tryhards who like to play matches and battle and test our skills, both sequencing and deck building wise, against the rest of the world. And I thought, the player base B, let's call them B, players B or B players, were not really considered of as much as players A, because a lot of people like to label this more as a collector's game first, and then an actual like competitive card game second. But the release or the announcement of the rank system by the end of the month changes that notion. They do pay attention. They do care about the player versus player aspect. And now them releasing this update also lets us know that they do listen to the community feedback, and they want to make the game better, and they want to make people less angry. And that is inherently a good thing. So all in all, fantastic news. I'm already over 10 minutes. That should not be the case for a video like this. But, I really wanted to clarify, especially like the date, because I do think a lot of people are going to reach the wrong conclusion with this. But if you think about it, it really makes sense, and it's actually the correct way to approach it. So all in all, very exciting stuff. I can't wait to actually be able to use my Shine Dust, and I'm really excited for this part right here of, them enabling promo cards and 2-star rarity cards. I'm on the hunt for the full art trainer cards. I have been lucky with this expansion. I got like double berry, but I'm missing the Celestic Town Elder, Team Galactic Grunt. Maybe like meta-wise, like less relevant cards, but I would like to have the full art version of them. Okay, I'm that guy. And the fact that it's going to be easier to do so is very exciting. So really, really good stuff. Let me know what you think about this announcement in the comment section down below. I think this sets a really positive precedent for the future of the game. Pokemon Pocket is not just a cash grab. They want this game to have a long, rich life, and I am all for that. So I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you know. Let me know what you know. Your knowledge, everything, tell me in the comments. And stay tuned for like an actual real video later down the line today. We got a spicy deck to share tonight, and hopefully, I'm excited to share that one. It's a fun one. Love you. Have a soul day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.